Hello, everybody. I am redoing last night's Facebook Live, and to show you it does work, I literally put one together before I came over to do this video. So we are going to do this round two, take two, to see if this works for the video. I have no idea what happened yesterday, but it worked perfectly fine this morning. So this is the set we're using. It's called Round We Go. It's on page 63 of your annual catalog. And it's actually an extra 10% off. So right here, it shows it's 10% off, and you get an extra 10% off for the month of June. So here are the dies. We used this larger one. You do need to die cut two of these. We used this piece. One you're going to stamp on, and the other you're going to use as a backing. And I pulled this little guy in for the center of our flower. So here's the stamp set, and I used the Hip Hip Hooray and this large flower right here. On Tuesday's live, I showed you guys how to make the flowers themselves. So now I'm just going to show you a different way to use the set. This is the designer series paper that I brought in. It's called Unbound Beauty, and it's so gorgeous. All of these colors you could use on this card, and it would be spectacular. I also brought in the In Color glimmer paper. I love to use glimmer paper on everything, and I thought it needed a little extra pop, so I brought in our gorgeous glimmer paper. I also brought in the dies for this set. It is called Stitch Shaped Dies, and I used these two. This one I did for our sentiment, and this one I did in the glimmer paper to back it. So those are all of the parts and pieces that I used. And let's bring in the card base. So this is our Summer Splash, and it is 4¼ by 8, and I scored it at 4. You're going to need two pieces of our basic white. It measures 4 by 3 3/4. You need a piece of designer series paper that is 3½ by 3 3/4 by 3½. And you need one piece of that. And here's the piece of the backing I was talking about. I'll show you how to use that in a little bit. You need two pieces to make the backing. And I already went ahead and stamped and die cut our little flower, our sentiment, and then our two pieces of glimmer paper. So let's put this together. So we're going to start by doing our little flower circle round. I'm not sure what it's called. So it goes together pretty quickly. The most time consuming is just folding our little pieces. And it's not super tragic. So I made this one in a Hip Hip Hooray. It could be graduation, it could be any celebration, it could be birthday. But I was also thinking these would be absolutely gorgeous for Christmas tags. So you could use some of our Christmas designer series paper. You could do all Christmas colors. You could even do these in Halloween, in our fall colors. So I really think the possibilities are endless with this set. We will definitely be using this in card class next Saturday. I just sent out an email with all of the information. There's 3 different times that you can pick from. I do an early morning, an early afternoon, and then I do a pajama class. Okay, so let's grab our liquid glue, and we're going to place a little bit of glue on the back side, and we're going to put these two pieces together. You do need to sit and hold it for a second. There we go. It's all nice and lined up. And if you get glue that ekes off the top, it's okay. We're going to just wipe it off because we're going to cover this so you're not even going to see it. So just hold it for a hot second. You can even grab a little binder clip and clip that together if you wanted to. Now we're going to come up here and do the same thing on this side. We're just going to glue these together. and then hold it for a hot second. The one nice thing about liquid Tombow is it does give you some wiggle room. Okay, so we are good there. So now let's bring in the backing I was telling you about. We're going to put adhesive on the entire thing, and you definitely want to be super generous with this. So now what I'm going to do is kind of fold this in so it pops out. There we go. Just like that. And now you can slide your glue piece over, slide this over, and attach it just like that. You do need to grab a block and lay it on there. You can grab 1 or 2 blocks. I see one over here. My other one is holding this one down. One would probably do, but if you had an extra one, go ahead and just put it on top. It's not going to smash it or anything. And it is staying together. So excited. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, so now we can start working with our card base. You're going to fold this in half, and we're just going to start layering all of our pieces together. So we have one that is going to go on the inside. Just like that. This one is going to go on the outside, and I don't know why I flip it over. It's basic white on both sides. There's that. Let's add our designer series paper. Perfect. So gorgeous already. So now that we have almost all of our pieces put together, I am going to grab the one that I did a little bit earlier just to make sure that the glue is dried. This one should be, but we don't want any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And you can see the halfway mark where you put these 2 pieces together. That's the halfway mark that needs to go on the top of your card. So I'm just going to flip this over and put some adhesive just on half of this circle. And then I'm just going to line this up so it is right at the half mark. Now it is pretty thick. You do want to give it time to dry before you move this around. So I am going to put my block back on top, and I'm going to start working on the bottom. Go ahead and grab some of your dimensionals, and let me just trim some of these. I usually rip them, but I can trim as well. So we're going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of your banner. And I did use the Summer Splash glimmer paper for this. We're going to put this right there. And then our Hip Hip Hooray, I like to use mini glue dots when I attach anything to glimmer paper. So I'm just going to put 3 mini glue dots on the back of this. And put this right in the center. There we go. Now we can grab our little circle, put some adhesive on here, and we're going to glue this to the center of our flower. And now let's remove the block, and we're going to glue this down. Flip it over, add some adhesive to the back, and there we go. I definitely would still let it sit and dry. I'm going to put the block back on it, but I will bring in the card that I did yesterday afternoon to show you guys. It does fit in our envelopes. This is one of our basic white envelopes, and it does fit perfectly in there. So I have this extra one sitting right here, and I didn't finish the card that we started last night for last night's Facebook Live. So I am just going to go ahead. This is the one that we did together. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on just the bottom. I might as well finish the other card also. We're going to do the halfway mark. And then let's glue our center. And then we can attach this to our card. Just like that. And put your block on top so it can dry. So now I have 3 cards that are ready for the mail. So I'm going to take that off just so I can show all 3 of the cards. But when you open the cards, it does lay completely flat. And I think this would be so cute if it was tucked in a gift bag. So you could put this on the outside of the gift bag or make some tags with this. Oh my goodness. It is such a fun and cute set. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being patient with me, and I will see you guys again on Tuesday.